Welcome back, everyone, here live at Irwindale Speedway for the second of three features here tonight for the West Pro Series late model event at Irwindale. Happy to have you all back here with us. We're getting ready to start this up. The grid is random, and Kenny Baum Jr. is going to start us off on the pole. Brian P. Coveney is going to roll off second in that 9 car. The 44, Brock Hopkins, who had a decent first race, he's going to roll off third. Fourth will be the 93 of Kevin Brown. Ben Nile, who came home in fourth place, he's going to, third place. He's going to roll off fifth. Sixth to Ben Kilcrease in the 00. Seventh will be Carl Brown. Eighth to the 14 of James Ross. Anthony Celentano in the 77 will roll off ninth. Rounding out the top 10 will be Brian Neff. Dylan Lee will roll off 11th. 12th to our winner of the last session, Matthew Eddy. Dave Washington's going to roll off 13th. Randy Hedrick 14th. 15th to Matt Rolfe. And Mitch Lennon will bring up the rear of this field as they're going to get their second pace lap here before they get to go green. Welcome back Rick Donathan to the booth, and we're excited. The second feature here, the smaller inner track, so this should be quite interesting here as far as the closeness of racing we're going to see.
Absolutely, and I'm sorry about missing out on that first race, but I tell you what, I'm back, got the dust knocked off the headphones here, coming around right now. The pace lights are off on that Ford Mustang. Kenny Baum up there on the top. Green flag has dropped.
It has, and we're racing here at Irwindale in the second feature of the West Pro Series event. Already 3 wide, a little bit back further in the field, is trying to get it. Kenny Baum, though, stretches lead out as the 89 gets into the 51. He spins down to the inside. That was towards the back of the pack. But we're still racing here as everything gets heated up now as Dylan Lee's trying to make things happen. And now everybody's getting all bottlenecked up in that middle pack of that field.
Tell you what, it looks like the number 72 of Ben now got up underneath, I believe it's going to be the number 44 of Brock Hopkins. Now we got a caution out. James Ross is in that caution.
That looks like a 14 got turned around there in turn number 1 and 2, so caution is out. First caution of the second feature here on lap number 4. Kenny Baum Jr., though, is your leader right now. He got off to a pretty good start there, able to lead this field to the green flag. And Kenny Baum Jr. will get this thing again. Now, just like the first feature, no tires on pit stops. If you have to pit because of damage, no problem. But there will be no tires taken in this event. So, again, just like the last one, as the field starts to get slowed up here, waiting for the pace car to catch up to him here. As now it looks like they're going to run out of turn number 2 here, so the pace car is going to catch the field here. Kenny Baum Jr. will be your leader. Ben Nile looks like second place with Brian Coveney, who we didn't talk much about in that first event here. Now he sits third here in the second one.
I'll tell you what, Andy, taking a look back at that replay there, it looks like when James went in there a little bit, Randy Hedrick was trying to stick his nose up underneath there, and it caused the collision. But I tell you, looking at the lineup of what we've got here with this 40-lap event with 6 laps into it, it looks like keep an eye on that Dylan Lee. Of course, David Washington is moving himself up through the field there. But, of course, he's got his hands full there with Randy Hedrick. But good racing action so far, and I think it's going to get even tougher as the laps go away here.
Absolutely. 10 cars are getting ready to double file here. We are at lap number 9 to lap 11 are going to run silent here, so that'll be right after these guys get the green flag here. Dave Washington has worked his way up to 8th place now from starting 13th, so slowly working his way up here as we're getting ready to get the restart going here. Pace car lights are off. They're coming off the track here. Green flag is in the air, and there they go. Side-by-side action in front, and Kenny Baum almost gets turned right there as we got trouble in the back of the pack right now. One car around. A couple cars around, and everybody just scattering right now, but caution back out on the speedway. Tough start there, man. This a really tough track to get around, and I'm really not surprised about that. As we're going to take our moment of silence here as we are on lap 9, and we'll do that to lap 11. All right, there we are, working lap number 12 now. The looks like the field's going to get 2 to go here. Next time by, they'll get the 1 to go. The field will get double filed back up. We just had a little incident there. It looks like right off the start, just somebody got loose or bottlenecked there off the start. And this track, there's just nowhere to go. It happens so quick because it's such a small track, only a third of a mile. So things just stacked up quick, and these cars just got bunched up, and one guy got turned around. It looks like he might even have turned himself around when he slammed on the brakes. So that was the 60 of Brian Neff. He was involved in that caution there. But lights are off on the pace cars. The field gets doubled up here. Get ready to go back racing here as we're working lap number 13. They'll be completing lap number 13 when we get the green flag. Of course, 40-lap feature here. This is the second of 3 here tonight. Winner of the first one was Matthew Eddy. Right now he finds himself 12th here at this one. Green flag back in the air. Kenny Baum Jr. is off and running. He gets a better start this time as they head down to turn number 1. He's going to clear Ben Nile. As now the battle right now, the top 3 get away, and the battle's for 4th right now, side by side. Kevin Brown and Brock Hopkins.
Tell you what, Kenny Baum's looking good out there, going into the corners, taking his time, but it sounds like we've got another caution that's came out, Andy. Tell you, these guys are really going to have to settle down. There's no way they're going to be able to win the race if they're going to drive over their head like that. You got to make sure you finish the race.
Yeah, it looks like Brock Hopkins just got loose into the corner once Kevin Brown got underneath him, overcorrected it, and kind of went head first into the wall. So unfortunate for him. Had a decent run in that first, got caught up in that wreck at the end of that first event, and now here he is. Having his issues here at the beginning of this race, but he is under power, he is underway. He's just at the back of the field right now as Kenny Baum Jr. has led all about to be 17 laps of this event here tonight as they're trying to get caught up to the pace car here, and they do right now off of turn number 4. So caution number 3, 17 laps into it, almost to the halfway point here. Kind of obviously a different story than the first race, guys, but this is, I don't know, kind of what I expected at this track. This is a tough little slick, small track here.
Absolutely. It's going to be a tough, tight race here. This is your real short track racing, and the thing is you're going to have some cautions, but some of these things that I've seen so far, I mean, guys just really need to stay focused and get some green laps in here. It's going to be tough for some of these guys to come from the back to the front with a lot of the cautions coming out. But tell you what, one guy that's worked himself through the field is Randy Hedrick, moved himself up to 5th. And notice, I believe Dylan, Carl, and David have actually moved up maybe a position or so there. But tell you, it's interesting to see these field of cars, Andy, and it's definitely going to be a battle to the end.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's one of them things. It's a short race, 40 laps. It's almost like a sprint race. So you don't want to give up positions, but at the same time, you got to play smart. And if you got to give up 1 to get 2 back, then that's what you got to do. So looks. I think they got 2 to go this time. They'll come around to get the 1 to go here in momentarily.
Yeah, I believe they're still coming around. Lights are still on that Mustang, but I believe lights are now off, so this will be the last pace lap before we go back to green, Andy. I tell you, looks like Ben now there is having a little bit of trouble on the takeoff. Now, Kenny Baum is doing a pretty good job on the takeoffs, really gets out there and gets the jump on there, so Ben's gonna have to not get caught sleeping on this restart here.
Yeah, and if he does, he's going to have that 9 car right to his inside heading into turns 1 and 2. But pace car now off of turn number 4, green flag back in the air, and Kenny Baum off to another good start here, heading down into turn 1. And now Brian Coveney looking like he was going to make something on Ben Nile. Not going to happen as Kevin Brown now moves to the outside of Coveney, heading into turn number 3. Not going to happen as Randy Hedrick now trying to take that 4th position.
Hedrick trying to move his way up into the field there as they almost open it 3 wide, going there in turn 2. But looking good coming out of 2 on the backstretch. Kenny Baum still looking good going in his corners, and Ben now putting a little distance there between him and Ben, Andy.
Yeah, he is kind of spreading out right now, but it looks like the breaking points of some of these guys is really causing some issues, as it looks like the 93 is really having the most issues right now.
Oh, I tell you what, seeing that right there as it was happening, looked like somebody had some lag issues there causing that wreck. Yeah, the 93 goes in the corner there. Dave Washington driving the number 10 as they go into turn 2. And looks like he about lost connection. The car's jumping all over the place, and Dave was there. Of course, there wasn't nothing he could do. But, of course, accident came out. But I definitely believe that's going to be a computer issue, lag there with the internet, Andy.
Yeah, most definitely typical from that 93 car, unfortunately. But he was doing a great job. Did a great job in that first feature and was holding his own there in the top 5 here. But that's going to now move a couple guys into the top 5 that we have been talking about since the beginning of this race. Had to start in the back, and that's the 89 and the 10. And there they are towards the latter stages of this race right now. 14 laps to go, and there they are in the top 5. So now's their chance to make a move. Hopefully it can stay green long enough for these guys to actually get the job done right now. But they give the wave around again to James Ross now as he heads back around the pace car to get another lap back. He's going to now be 1 lap down as the field comes back to the line to complete lap number 27. So 13 laps to go here in the second of 3 of the triple feature here for the West Pro Series late model division, and so far so good. But Matt, I think I'm excited to get back to that big track in the next feature.
Yeah, definitely. That big track was where the action was at. The short track is causing, well, it's short track racing. What can we say?
That's all we can say, because that's all it is a product of short track racing. You get in there, you got to go. You know, time's short. This isn't a 150-lap race. You got to get it done as the lights are off on the pace car. The field's going to get double filed here. Get ready to go back and try this again here. They're going to cross the line, complete lap number 29. It's going to leave 11 on the board when they take the green flag. And we'll see if these guys like Dave Washington or Randy Hedrick can make their way through these top 3. These top 3 have been out here all this whole event here. Is green flags back in the air. Kenny Baum with a great start, and the same with Brian Coveney as he now drops to the inside of the 80 of the 72, excuse me. And we got a car spinning to the infield. We should stay green flag racing here. Is now Dave Washington looking for second place over the 9 cars. They head off of turn number 4.
Absolutely. Washington comes sneaking up through there out of nowhere. Hedrick into company there as they come out of 2 on the backstretch, and it looks like Hedrick is going to secure that 3rd place spot. Now and company back there battling for 4th.
They are. Nile restarted 2nd, now finds himself battling for that 4th position. He is on the inside, but they're side by side heading back into turn number 4. Now the question is, can Dave Washington, with 8 laps to go this time by, be able to catch Kenny Baum, or will Randy Hedrick even take that 2nd place position away?
I tell you what, there's a lot of racing going on right there. The race is between 2nd place there. Hedrick is putting a lot of pressure on Dave. If you watch, he's oversteering the car just a little bit, coming out of turn 4 there. But right in behind him, you've got Now and Coveney that's battling for that 4th place spot. Coveney just went out to the outside. Something's wrong.
Ben Nile now moves into 4th. Coveney now trying to hang on to that 5th position as he's getting a little bit of pressure from that 5 car now. But still, the battle right now up to 2nd place. There's Randy Hedrick trying to find that way around that 10 car of Dave Washington. At the line this time, 5 laps to go here in the 2nd feature. Kenny Baum Jr. has led every single lap so far. Continues to do that.
Caution is out. Caution is out, Andy. I think that may make us finish this race under caution. Wow, what a race between the 2nd place finishers there and 3rd place finishers battling between that 3rd and 4th spot. Kenny Baum riding up front like he's got a lemonade in one hand and just Sunday driving.
Looks like they're still racing for this one here as they're going to ignore the caution flag on that one, and Kenny Baum's still going after this, but he's getting caught by Dave Washington now as they come off of the line. 2 to go here at Irwindale in the 2nd feature.
But they're going to play it out, just go ahead and run it out. So we're going to see who's going to end up finishing here. Randy looking on the outside, looking on the inside of Washington. Washington closing in on Kenny Bob as they come out of turn 4. Last lap if they've got.
Last lap off of turn number 2. Dave Washington still trying to get some on Kenny Baum Jr. Kenny Baum Jr. hanging on to everything he can here for 2 more corners. Off of turn number 4, here they come to the line. Kenny Baum Jr. is going to win. Dave Washington second with the 89 of Randy Hedrick coming in third.
4th place belongs to Ben Now in the 72. 5th, Brian Coveney. 6th place belongs to Dylan Lee. 7th going to Matt Roloff.
Great job by all these guys here. Great way to finish this one out, at least. Kenny Baum Jr., though, coming home with the victory here at Irwindale in the second feature in the small track. Led every single lap, so a great job by Kenny Baum Jr. getting the job done here at Irwindale in the second feature. We will give us a moment here. We'll try to round up these top 3 finishers. We'll get a word from them before we head to our final feature of the night on the outer oval. And we'll do this in just about, I don't know, give us a minute.
All right, we're back here at Irwindale Speedway. What a finish here this evening, Andy, that we had. It looks like the guys went ahead and finished the race under green, even though a caution came out. Lots of action, lots of racing, and I'm working my way down here on pit road, trying to catch up with the number 2 spot of Dave Washington. And I think I see Dave and Randy both over here talking with each other. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can grab a hold of them. And yeah, I got Dave here, got Randy here. I'm sitting here with second and third place finishers. Let's talk to our third place finisher. Randy, if you had just a few more laps, do you think you had something for Dave?
No, I pretty much let Dave get second there. We had an incident in the race prior to this one, and I just wanted to, make my apologies known. And that's all. I had something, I just didn't want to give it.
Fantastic. I tell you what, there's lots of action, lots of you guys, we seen it up here in the booth, you guys coming out of turn 4. I was watching your steering wheels, both of you wheeling that thing around there out of turn 4. And tell you, Dave, did you feel the heat behind you?
Nah, just riding.
Dave's famous words, just riding. Well, I tell you what, Dave, take us through those last few laps there. Do you think maybe you might have had something for Kenny if you had maybe 1, maybe 2 more laps?
Nah, Kenny was too fast. I couldn't keep up with him. I could get to his bumper, and that's it.
All right, I tell you what, great action you brought to the live channel here. Lots of people up on their feet watching that second and third place. You two guys battling out, but they had a big battle right behind you with those guys as well battling for that fourth place spot. But I tell you, I'm going to take it down to victory lane. I believe Andy is caught up with our winner of this feature race, Kenny Baum.
That's right. I'm down here at Victory Lane with Kenny Baum Jr. Kenny, great job, led from flag to flag here tonight. A few more cautions, obviously, than we saw in the first race. Kind of a product of the track and that atmosphere of the short track. Got to get it done, a short race. But you got lucky with the draw, got the pole position, and were able to hang on to it all race long.
Yeah, getting the pole was probably what sealed the deal for me. I'd never seen the track before, the inner at least, and I like that now. It was fun.
Yeah, you got to say it's definitely fun when you're leading all the laps and out front, and you got clean air all the way around you. But you were battling pretty hard there with your teammate there, Ben Nile, all race long there until that last restart there. You kind of got shuffled back, and then all of a sudden you had the 10 car and the 89 coming up in your mirror, and I'm sure you were doing everything you possibly could to hold those guys off.
Yeah, was that, and it sucks what happened to Ben, but he still came back and got fourth, so that's good. And I saw Dave and Randy coming on the last restart when we were getting ready to go back to green. I saw them moving up the grid, and just kind of, I thought it was over for me pretty much. But I don't know what happened.
Yeah, a couple scary characters you don't want to see in your mirror. You know they're fast pretty much anywhere you go. However, in their interview just a second ago, Dave said he had nothing for you. He was able to get to your bumper, just couldn't get around you. So congratulations on your win here in the second feature, and good luck as we head back to the outer track for the final feature of the night.
Thanks. Yeah, the only way that they were probably going to get by me was to move me out of the way. I wasn't moving off the bottom. That's where it's at.
Cool deal. Well, congratulations, Kenny. A great win for you here, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again, and hopefully it's in Victory Lane again in the next feature.
Yep, thank you. I'd like to just say thanks to Competition Diecast and you guys for everything you do. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kenny, for putting it out on the track. Well, guys, that was a great event for the second event, or second feature, I should say. We're getting ready to do this third one. The third one's back on the outer track, and Matt, you were able to witness that one flat out. I mean, that thing was pretty wild and great as far as a race with only 2 cautions, and now we're heading back out there to settle this thing in the final feature.
Yeah, I'm ready to see these guys put it back up on the outer loop and get this thing fired up and going. It's going to be one heck of a race, I believe. It was an interesting race the first time. Kind of interesting there as Kenny was talking in his interview. First race, you saw the guys, they had to stick to the outside, and the second race, they were all on the inner or inside line, so be interesting to watch.
No, it definitely will be. Let's run you through the finishing order tonight here in the second feature. Of course, the winner, Kenny Baum Jr., coming home second was Dave Washington. Third to Randy Hedrick. Fourth to Ben Nile.
Oh, sorry about that, Andy. I'm getting pokes up here while I'm trying to be in the booth. It sounds like we may have a situation going on down on pit road between Dave Washington and Randy Hedrick. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure our officials are going to be catching up with that later, and we'll bring that news to you later as well. I was just informed. But ready for another exciting race, Andy. I tell you what, do we want to play some side bets? Who's going to bring this one home this evening?
Well, hopefully this final event, if it's anything like the other one was, it's going to be a great job and by all these racers, because it was clean, green, couple little cautions, no big deal. But I don't know, man. It's going to be all like determined, just like this one was. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to
be very interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting all these messages and stuff that some wild things are happening. There's going to be some interesting stuff in the hauler, which is always good to write about. But it's going to be fun. I definitely think it's going to come down to the grid. who gets lucky enough to get up in the front there. It was a wild card, and it's going to be for this one. And Kenny Baum was fortunate enough to get that, and it showed that being on the pole helps tremendously at these short track races. So in all honesty, I really don't know until we see that grid, but I'm expecting a great race like we saw in the first event.
Absolutely. We're going to see definitely, Andy, going to see door-to-door action, bumper to bumper. These guys are going to be scrubbing paint the whole time going around here. They know this is the final race, and I know that right now they're just trying to get the track and everything set up for that outer again. So we're momentarily I've had to jump out of this room here and getting ready for that other room that they've got. I believe they might have it up now, Andy, getting everything ready.
Yeah, they're getting ready to set up the correct room, I should say. Kind of messed up the first one. But anyway, that's going to happen. We're going to take a short break. We're going to step away. We'll let DJ Matt get to the mixing and grinding of some songs here. And when we come back, we'll stay live this time in between. We kind of cut it close on the last one. So we learned from our lessons. We're going to stay live, keep it live broadcast going, but you're going to be listening to some music as we get ready for our third and final feature here this evening for the West Pro Series Late Model event. You're listening to all that right here on Noble Network 1.